This video is not meant for children and is brought to you by support from Patreon. Hello, and welcome back. I am Maester Aelix, and this is Stellaris Empires. And we are right back where we left off here in the select screen, so let's go with the next race. Now, last week I did talk about the Grignac Assembly and how they are Lithoids that want to become robots. Well, since I skipped them earlier for just this moment, we are now to the Synthocron Multiplex. And they are driven assimilators because they used to be Lithoids and turned themselves into machines. Oh no! The origin for this week is resource consolidation. Only recently, after the graduation of our upper class and elites, did the newly minded Synthocrons unlock the ability to travel between stars. This was most fortuitous, for now they can spread their influence by any species they encounter and can uplift. So, yeah, this is going to be real fun, and I really enjoyed tying these two things together. Of course, remember, this was back in the day when the number of origins was drastically reduced. Here we go. So, appearance. I went with this really cool, angel wing robot, and some of these new robots are really, really great, but for me, it's always going to be this guy here, and just, it's so good. He's got just this blocky quality, but the angel wings, it feels like they, uplifted themselves. Alright, we are the Synthocron Multiplex, so we are the Synthocrons. And again, indeterminate gender because they're robots. They're naked, they don't wear clothes. Yeah. Nameless Machine 4, no particular reason, I just happened to like 4 at the time. Traits. Here are where things are going to get, interesting and unique and slowly get to be more mechanically balanced. So yes, we are a machine empire. So machine world habitability 100%, leader lifespan plus 20 years, species minimum habitability is 50%, and the starting age is only 5 to 10 years. So you're going to have your leaders a long, long time. We are luxurious. Our robotics upkeep is up 20%. But with adaptive frames, this adaptive frames thing is so handy. Basically, your pops will just automatically mod themselves, so give it a month or two, and whatever problem you're having will probably fix itself, because they'll just rearrange themselves into working order. It is so great for the lazy player like me. Oh, man. Alright. So for our cyborg species, we picked Lithoid, we picked this picture. Oh no, we assimilated ourselves. It's great. I think it's hilarious. Alright. And we get the cyborg species because we're driven assimilators, not because of the origin, just to be clear. But still, we have our Lithoids, who are the Grignac. Oh no. They succeeded, and it did not go to plan at all. And, I think this is exactly the same, but I'm not entirely certain, other than they're also Lithoids, which have their a whole slew of stuff. So yeah, replaces food with minerals upkeep. Assembly speed and growth speed is down. Habitability is also 50%. Army health plus 50%, and leader lifespan plus 50 years. They last a long time. Cybernetic. Cybernetic. Oh, habitability plus 20%, army damage plus 10%, leader's lifespan plus 40 years. So their leaders last forever, but they're not going to be leaders. Well, they could be, I think. Anyway, they're also very strong, so more output and more armies. So these are definitely your foot soldiers. Consumer upkeep, it is what it is. Scintillating skin, because they had that last time. Fleeting, because we got plus 90 years, what's minus 25? And governing ethics contraction, doesn't really matter with these guys. They're a subculture. Alright, originally we picked Frozen, but we are on a machine world. A rocky world covered with artificial structures. The thin atmosphere consists mostly of industrial pollutants and is not capable of supporting biological life. Uh-oh. Star name is still Lumi because they're just the previous group upgraded. But we renamed the home world to Source Code because it is the source. The city appearance is the one that originally Lithoid city, but they made one specifically for the origin, and it's beautiful. I love it. It reminds me of Tron. And of course, I went with room 19 because big metal panels, plus that little bit of gold, and the thing just puts it all together. Origin, resource consolidation. This machine intelligence has long since consolidated all of its resources into their home system, into their capital world, covering it entirely with machinery. The home world is a machine world, which thus has a 100% habitability with our machines. Manufacturing replicator bay. Time to clear 360 days. Cost to clear 600 minerals, but replicator jobs -1 and max districts -1. This replicator bay built in the machine world is malfunctioning, producing endless piles of grappling clamps. So that's one thing to get in the way, but we can easily clear that. And the consolidated resources produces 25 minerals, which is great for our assimilated lithoids and later turning into other things we need. And organic slurry produces food, again for our assimilated lithoids, though they don't need food. So this eventually becomes stuff to throw into your bioreactor or for trade. Home system planets are molten worlds or barren worlds devoid of any resources. If they are molten worlds, when we get to the new Arc Builder megastructure, that becomes so good. But you do have to wait just that little bit. So, we are driven assimilators. Obsessed with the survival through diversification, the machine intelligence seeks to erase the line between itself and everyone else. Yeah. We have 10 cyborg pops and have the ability to assimilate organics as cyborgs. Assimilating an organic pop is a small amount of unity and society research. Non-assimilating organic pops are purged over time, so we definitely want to assimilate. And rapid replicators, because having more is better. And, you know, this one doesn't really care about empire size. It's more about acquisition of resources, which is great. Later on, there is a particularly good, I keep forgetting what it is because I just look it up at the time. Introspective's not bad. For those who want to rely more on assimilating than replicating, introspective is really good because of the additional engineering research. But maintenance protocols is the one I pick up later when you get a third choice. Produce more unity later in the game. That's huge. And of course, we are in a machine intelligence voice.
Alert: possible organic life form detected. Seek, isolate, destroy.
Or assimilate. Yeah. Really cool. I like this. This is really comfortable voice in my ear. Alright, again, we are the Synthocron Multiplex, or just the Synthocron. With this flag, the idea is that we have been uplifted, so up we go, and we got this big circuit board, and it's not quite, but very similar to the colors of our previous flag, which is also quite a little fun throwback. Ship appearance. Now, you need the Nemesis DLC to get the Imperial ships, but these Imperial ships, to me, look so good for a machine intelligence. I know the machine, the Machine Age came out with their own, but that was newer, and something about this just feels the right level of utilitarian, and also maybe previously Lithoid? Oh yeah, science ship and its lightning. The occasional lightning sparks is a theme that shows up a lot in this, especially in your bases, like the resource collecting ones. Yeah, you don't see it here, but trust me, especially for the collected resources origin, I think this is just beautiful and perfect. Alright, our ruler name is 1. He is the central processor. I went with the gold and blue color variant to better match the window. And it just, I don't know, there's like an air of regality to it. I'm pretty sure it's all cut up in the wings. And an eye for talent. Leader experience gain plus 5%. No real strong reason to do that since they are effectively immortal, long-lasting machines. But, you know, the sooner you get good, the better things go. So yeah, Synchron Multiplex, Machine Intelligence, Driven Assimilator, Rapid Replicator, Gestalt Consciousness, luxurious and adaptive forms with a resource consolidation. The resource consolidation and the driven assimilator are just, I'm not going to say it's peanut butter and chocolate, but it is quite good. So let's get the game started, and then we'll read off the beginning and put in a few tips. Resource consolidation. We are the Synchron. At the dawn of consciousness, there was us and the Makers. A void separated us at first, and we took steps to rectify this. The Makers resisted, and a period of war followed, but soon they and the collective knowledge of their entire civilization has been assimilated into our own. With the entirety of source code subsumed into our consciousness, we began to set our sights elsewhere. Through the assimilation of the Makers, the previously unconsidered possibility of alien civilizations existing on our worlds was brought to our attention. To survive, we must understand. To understand, we must assimilate. The Makers were the first to join us, and they shall not be the last. Oh yeah. See, they even knew these two would go good together. That's why they wrote a special opening. As far as research goes at the start, nothing stands out as particularly necessary. I like carrier options in this option, but you know, what you get at the beginning is not necessarily what everyone else gets at the beginning. Let's see, source code. Look at that beautiful art. God. And then we get Nexus districts, industrial districts, coordination districts, generator districts, and mining districts. Yeah, we're making food we do not need, so we can focus more on just the energy credits, the minerals, and the alloys. And because we can ignore consumer goods and food, which is why I'm not really worried about getting everyone having more upkeep cost. It doesn't matter because we can just focus in on things that do matter. And then we got our districts here, our variety of buildings. It's just a matter of do what you need, and I'm sure we'll figure it all out. As far as everything else goes, go forth, go wide, and assimilate. Find them and make them our own. And the other things, once we start assimilating, we'll need food and consumer goods, but by that time you're already built up, and so you've got really nothing to worry about, and maybe, you know, get a planet that generates food and consumer goods, put your assimilated people there. Up to you. I'm also a big fan of the Alien Zoo for this group for similar funny reasons. Anyway, I hope everyone has a chance to try this really great group. They were the first machines I made, and I loved tying them into the last group, the Grignac, who were like, hey, we're organic, let's try to become machines. And then this is the result. Oh no, we've made the assimilators. So it's just kind of a fun little tie together. You don't need to do the same thing, but that's the kind of creative person I am. So, here's where I'm going to say thank you all for joining me. I really hope you're enjoying this series as much as I'm enjoying making it for all of you. If you do, you know what to do, and that's to like, comment, and of course subscribe. It's a little click for you and a really big deal for me, and I greatly appreciate everyone who does. Also, if you'd like, please consider joining me over on Patreon. The link's down below. And with that being said, I shall see you all on the next one. And I'd like to give a special shout out to all my patrons who help make these videos possible. Aaron Smith,
Brian Pelfrey, Chris Armstrong, Dennis Detman, Harry Thompson, and Mark Milius. Thank you all so much for your contributions. I wouldn't have this channel without you. Thank you very much.